I'm so glad that he let me try it again. Cause the last time around I let the whole world a sin. I'm so glad that I knew more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach the highest ground. Oh Lord, no one's gonna bring me down. Oh, oh. Till I reach the highest ground. Oh Lord, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Mental House. I am your host, Khadijah. How y'all doing today? I hope all is well with you. It is a good day for fishing here. Actually, it is very gloomy, like, and that's all I can think about today. But of course, I have so much work that I'm not gonna be able to get it done. And besides, I have my granddaughter here. She's quiet right now, thank God, so I'll be able to do this video. And actually, I just want to talk to the family. I just like to come here sometimes and just share stuff and get my mental stuff off, because we live in a day and age where nobody really wants to talk about their mental health, their stinking thinking, And I guess I'm here right now because I had a thought that I wasn't even comfortable with. No. And let me just say it like this. Here's where it stemmed from. I have people that I've known, a lot of guys I've known, long time. A lot of them I've known half of my life. But what really bothered me, I started thinking, is that, I'm always trying to help people. And it's like maybe the codependency part of me. But I'm always trying to give a lot of these brothers a job. A lot of them, because I hate to see them on the streets and, just sitting there begging. I like to see them picking up cans and doing whatever they have to do to hustle. I mean, I don't have a problem with that. So I just like to see BMWs, black men working. Just like you see white men working, Laotian men. I just run into a lot of problems when I'm dealing with people that I've known, I guess, or people that's in my neighborhood. I try to deal with the people in the neighborhood, or just patronize a lot of young men who say they can do the work. Wow. And they can't. So what I've observed today, and what really kind of put me in my feelings and kind of made me angry, is that I have, again, these people I've known for a long time. I tell them to come and cut the grass, and I'll give them like $30, $35 or so, and they'll cut the grass. And I've had one specific guy to cut the grass. He never would cut by the garage. He never would pick up it. And very seldom he would pick up something while he's cutting the grass. The kids had a net, how they play volleyball or whatnot. And it was over in a corner. And this guy, he runs over spikes. He's just really trifling, And I had been letting this kind of behavior go. Don't ask me why. Just because the grass was cut. This is the stuff I'm observing about myself, and I had to put myself in check. Okay? So, again, he's been running over stuff, not picking up shit. And then when he do pick up something, he really think he's done something. He cuts the grass. If there's some paper or something on the ground, instead of him picking it up, he'll just cut right over it. So then their paper is spewing everywhere. So, I had called him one particular time, and he said, I'll be there. And when he came, when I told him I wanted him to work on a little bit at a time, whatever it was, he gave me some kind of excuse, like, okay, I'll be there in a few minutes, and never showed, or something like that. Now, I said to myself, this guy doesn't have a job. He have learned to be fucking lazy, and somebody's, trying to help him get some money. Okay, that's on me. Well, I decided right then and there not to even be bothered with him anymore. So then now he starts calling me. Can I cut your grass? I don't even want to be bothered. So for a while I wasn't even answering the phone because I didn't even really care. And then one of the times he called, I said, well, it's done already, so don't worry about it. Then I go to another neighbor of mine I've been knowing since he was 6 years old. He out of Chicago, but he's living here now. And every time he does something, he's got to tell me how much he would charge if it was somebody else. Even though this guy would come and knock on my door and be like, you need any work done? And if I say no, then he'll go back, but can you give me a 20 or something until I get paid, or until I can come? This is the kind of stuff this guy does. And then he had the nerve to put that in the atmosphere, which made me uncomfortable. And I guess what happens is when you're in a recovery situation and you're looking at your own behavior, you start looking at all the people you surrounding yourself with. And then most of the times you find out that, you got a lot of damage, and then so does your circle. And you start looking at all these damaged people for what everything really is. And it's not really the best picture. So I'm sitting up here looking at this guy, and I'm tripping because I'm saying to myself, you come over here begging, and I'm always trying to accommodate you with my codependency, obviously. And you do half-ass work, and you got the nerve to put a fire pit together for me and tell me if it was somebody else you would, charge $80. That's exactly what he said. And the whole thing just insulted me to the point where I was like, it stuck in my mind. I didn't like it. Second thing, I know I'm going on, y'all, but I just got to get this stuff out. Secondly is I have I think it's a 55-gallon fish tank, and I have a 50-gallon fish tank and a 120-gallon fish tank. Well, I told him that the 55 tank and the 50 tank are going to measure in length the same, but the difference is going to be the width of them. And this is what I told him. And because he thinks I'm a woman, I don't know what I'm talking about, even though I used to raise fish. I used to sell fish to the fish stores. This was a business that we ran for at least about 5 years. It was just a messy business, and I kind of got out of it. But I love cichlids, and I love fish. So when I saw the markup on them and just what it was taking, it wasn't worth it for me. Okay? So it's not like I don't know about fish tanks and things like that. And I had him bring a tank down from upstairs because it needed to be treated. Well, it was treated before with silicone, and so I decided to try this Flexi-Seal this time that they advertise on TV. I want to use that this time. That looks like a pretty good thing. So I have plenty of it. Well, he first and foremost, when I told him that, when he brought it downstairs, first he told me how heavy it was and yada yada yada, and I'm like, okay, dude, you got muscles and you talking this shit, but my daughter and I are the ones who took it up there. You know what I mean? And, so I didn't, because it was him by himself, I didn't say anything, but he got muscles. He has muscles, and this is what he said. So I'm still getting more and more turned off, but I'm still not seeing anything. I'm just observing. I'm just trying to detach and observe. He went on yada yada yada, how this shouldn't work and how sloppy this job was with the silicone, and if he did it, it would look more neater than that. And mind you, the silicone is clear, and I guess along the edges, the top frame of the glass you could see it, and it was pretty thick, and it looked, not the best. So he said if it was him, his tank wouldn't look like that, and yada yada yada. So I wasn't paying any attention. I was just like, yeah. So we sprayed the outside of it, and I let it cure for 24 hours. And instead of me reading the can itself, I took his word for it when he told me, "Oh, there is nothing on here that even says how long you're supposed to cure it. I don't know what kind of stuff it is." So he was really negative about the Flexi-Seal. He really didn't want to use it. He really wanted me to spend my money and go buy some more silicone. Remember, this is my tank, my material, and I'm just watching this shit. I'm bearing witness to the craziness. I'm gonna try to speed the story up. Make a long story short, I gave him I don't know, maybe $20, and I said, well, come back tomorrow. When we come back tomorrow, we'll see what's gonna happen after we treat and put the water in. I let it cure for 24 hours. He didn't come back. I put water in it. I saw it still had a leak. So when I finally did talk to him, I told him, I said, listen, I think it needs to be sprayed in the inside. The stuff is non-toxic, yada, yada, yada. Oh, no, well, I don't think we should use that. See, because I put enough stuff on there where it should have used. And I said, well, listen, my friend that even runs the fish store, this is what they use. And if they're confident enough to use it for their whole store, they've been in business for like 30 years, and they don't even they have silicone. But once they have the Flexi-Seal, he was like, when our tanks get to leaking, we use this. It's non-toxic, it's fast, and I trust this guy as well. He's the owner of the fish store. Well, my particular friend, remember, I don't know what I'm talking about, so I must be stupid. And again, this silicone is going to work better, and he think he's just going to pick up some silicone anyway, and he'll feel more confident. He'll feel more confident in putting this on. I'm saying to myself, am I going to let him talk me out of what I know to be right? I bought the Flexi-Seal. They doubled my order on accident, which was really like a triple the order. Am I going to actually let him do this to me, or am I going to say, okay, I'm done with this, and let me just do it my way, which I have a tendency to do when I can't take anymore. So I drug the fish tank out on the front porch, which I shouldn't have had to do, and I drug it out there because I was just like, just fuck this guy. Took it out there. I sprayed it down with the clear Flexi-Seal. Flex-Seal. Shout out to Flex-Seal. Let it cure for 24 hours. And the next morning, I haven't heard from this guy, by the way. No. So, and it's fine. Because I told him what my intentions was. Because once he started talking about I need to buy some more stuff. I began to put the water in there and fill the tank up. No leak. So obviously what I said and what I did worked. Mind you, I'm going to go back to when I told this guy to measure the tank. He wanted to argue with me because he wanted to measure the tank across and the long way, as opposed to measuring it up and down. He forgot to measure the length. And so he wanted to argue with me that both of these tanks were the same size, until I told him, I said, listen, you're measuring across the top and you're measuring along the side, but you're not measuring the length of the tank. What is wrong with you? So now I'm getting paranoid. Like, do these guys think because I'm a woman, I'm stupid, or I don't know what I'm talking about, and that we are so dumb that they can just tell us anything and charge us money? This is what I'm starting to feel, even with people that I know. So I'm like, am I paranoid, or am I just really seeing these people for what they are? And how was I letting these people get away with such foolishness? Because this is how I'm saying to myself, and this is really how I'm feeling. So once I took that thing out there and filled that tank up, I feel the same way about him that I feel about the guy that cut the grass. Y'all some fucking losers. These guys are losers. And I'm feeling sad because I'm not. And this is what made me prompt me to do the video. So I fixed the tank. I drug it outside by myself. Took it out there. And guess what? When the work is all done, And then this guy actually has the nerves to think I'm going to give him my other tank, and he thinks that well, can I get the other tank? I said, you can have a small tank because I got a few of them. This was about maybe 20 gallons. You can have that. Oh, no, I would rather have the 50-gallon tank because I like them big. This guy had the nerve to say this to me. The nerve. Unacceptable. This is the kind of poison that I had to cut out of my life. I mean, honestly. And just handle them with a long handle spoon. Because what was icing on the cake is I have a Caucasian neighbor who just moved in. Nice guy. I met him, and I cannot believe this guy just cuts my grass. He cuts my field. He picked up the paper that maybe blows there. He makes sure that when he's done working, you can tell the yard is done, it's picked up, it's clean, it's incredible. And I never even met the guy. So that's how I met him. He cut my grass. And I'm like, well, how much do I owe you? And he goes, oh, you don't owe me nothing. I mean, come on, we're neighbors. I want to have a garden and blah, blah, blah. I said, well, I couldn't not accept. So I made the guy some business cards. I asked him what he does, and he told me. So I made him some cards. Oh, thank you. He was so grateful. And here I am been giving these guys $60 and $50 here, and $70 here, and $30 here, and they half-ass doing stuff. This guy comes over here, and I really feel bad to even say it. So all I'm saying is, that's the standard for me now, period. And if you're not willing to come and do something like you would do, I'm not even accepting. The only reason that kept happening to me is because I kept accepting that mediocrity and had the nerve to not, challenge them to the degree where I'm giving them money and saying something instead of not giving them any money and saying, this is what you need to do. So I found out a part of myself that actually contributed to their madness and how they were treating me. I don't know if that's making any sense to you guys, but I really wanted to get that out because it's a new day. And your friends and people that are in your circle or whatever, and you're not satisfied with the way that y'all relationship is going or how they're treating you or whatever, and maybe you always the one that pays for dinner and they never pay for nothing or they never volunteer, whatever it is, you set the standard for how they gonna treat you. You set the standard. And once you realize you've been accepting mediocrity, stop it and don't even accept it anymore. Take it to the next level and be done with all that half-ass shit. Because, excuse my language, that's where I'm at right now. I'm not even going to consider myself having to look out and try to help somebody who doesn't want to help themselves or who wants to half-ass do something and expect full-ass pay. No way. No way. So I just wanted to get that out today. And if any of y'all are experiencing something like that in your life, where people are taking advantage of you, or you begin to look at your circle and they look different, observe. Don't absorb. Observe. Thanks for being out there. Thanks for listening. I had to rant, and I had to do it in the mental house because that's where it's appropriate. Thank y'all so much for listening. If you like what you hear, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you. See you next time in the mental house. Bye-bye.